Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. Good morning. Larkin and Scott Funeral Directors are proud to serve as West Alabama's largest and most professional funeral home, located at 510 East Jefferson Street, Demopolis, Alabama. For over a century, we've provided families with respectful, dignified, and affordable care. You can reach us by calling 334-289-3236 or visit our website at larkinandscott.com. We're also pleased to offer the services of a licensed notary public who is fully qualified to help you make pre-arrangements for funeral services. By planning ahead, you can ease a financial and emotional burden on your loved ones. Our entire program is dedicated to those who are sick, shut in, bereaved, and to all our many listeners. Funeral announcements are as follows. Mrs. Annie M. Rouser of Galion, Alabama, entered into eternal rest July 16, 2025 at the DCH Regional Medical Center of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Funeral services for Mrs. Annie M. Rouser will be held on Saturday, July 26, 2025 at 11 a.m. from the St. Paul Baptist Church of Demopolis, Alabama. Interment will follow in the Limestone Cemetery of Galion, Alabama. Visitation will be held Friday, July 25th from 1 to 4:30 p.m. at the funeral home. Larkin and Scott Mortuary, LLC, entrusted with arrangements. Once again, Mrs. Annie M. Rouser of Galion, Alabama, entered into eternal rest July 16th. Funeral services for Mrs. Annie M. Rouser will be held Saturday, July 26th at 11 a.m. from the St. Paul Baptist Church of Demopolis, Alabama. Celebrating the life of Lizzie Richardson, December 2nd, 1980 to July 3rd, 2025. Services were held on Thursday, July 17th at 11 a.m. from the First Mount Pleasant Baptist Church. Kindness during the loss of our loved one. Thank you for the calls, prayers, visits, and all other acts and actions of kindness. May God continue to bless each of you, the family. Lizzie Richardson was born on December 2nd, 1982 to Lily Mae Richardson and Albert Lee Allen, both of Jefferson, Alabama. She was raised in Jefferson, Alabama and attended John Essex High School. She loved shopping and spending time with friends and family. She took pride in giving back to the community and loving every child that she came in contact with. She confessed Christ and joined First Mount Pleasant Baptist Church in Jefferson, Alabama. On July 3rd, 2025, Lizzie Richardson drifted peacefully to be with God. She leaves to cherish her precious memories, her mother, Lily Richardson of Jefferson, Alabama, her father, Albert Lee Allen of Jefferson, Alabama, a son, Jamar Jones of Jefferson, Alabama, two sisters, Lucy Richardson and Philip of Cleveland, Ohio, and Nellie Richardson of Jefferson, Alabama, and two brothers, Paul Richardson, who preceded her in death, and Albert Lee Allen Jr. of Jefferson, Alabama, along with a host of uncles, nieces, nephews, other relatives, and friends. Celebrate life and loving member of Eric Lamar Wolf, Alpha, August 7th, 1979, Omega, July 7, 2025. Services were held on Saturday, July 19, 2025 at 11 a.m. from the Linden High School Gymnasium. Reverend Richard Langster, officiating minister, Dr. Maddie Hurd Gales, mistress of order. Interment followed over Hill Cemetery of Myrtlewood, Alabama. Acknowledgements. The family of Eric Wolf is deeply grateful for your love, support, and presence during this time. On August 9, 1979, Eric Lamar Wolf, affectionately known as E-Dub, was born to the late Erling Wolf Langster. From the very beginning, Eric held a special place in his grandmother's heart and took great pride in being a devoted mama's boy. On Monday, July 7, 2025, Eric was called home and reunited with his beloved mother in heaven. Eric was well known and deeply loved. He had a pure heart and will always be remembered for his loving, kind, and caring spirit. At an early age, Eric gave his life to Christ and became a member of Lewis Chapel AME Zion Church. He graduated from Linden High School in 1998. Eric is preceded in death by his mother, Erling Wolf Langster, a grandmother, Mary Wolf, and grandfather, Booker T. Wolf, aunts, Diane Wolf, Christine Lloyd, Catherine Wolf, McCasty Wolf, and Della Hudson, and uncle, Robert Wolf. Eric leaves to cherish his loving memories his sister, Charlotte and Ronnie Wolf Watkins, and his brother, John and Stacy Langster Jr., both of Tuscaloosa. His beloved nephews, KJ, Aiden, Jace, and Ace. His aunts, Annie Bell Baldwin of Prattville, Maddie Craig of Linden, Shirley Simmons of Birmingham, Rose Wolf of Montgomery, and Matilda and Derek Tucker of Sweetwater, Alabama. His uncles, Henry and Bernadette Keller of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, Walter Wolf and Greg Lloyd, both of Linden. Great aunts, Ida Thompson, Florence Carley, and Maddie Keller. A great uncle, Charlie and Mary Keller. His significant other, Chiquita Watkins. Eric held a special bond with his cousins, affectionately referring to them as favorites: Valerie Queen B, Marissa, Byron, Alfred Jr., Jabari, Adrian, Demetrius, Tony, and Alex. He also leaves behind a host of relatives and friends, including his forever classmates and dear friends Nicole Whitfield Champion, Lucky Butler, and Bridget A.G. Glover. Eric shared a daily connection with three close friends who meant the world to him: Christopher, Earl Tate, and Amos Harris. In loving memory of Lorenzo Cherry Jr., sunrise November 10th, 1990, sunset July 6th, 2025. Memorial services will be held on today, Sunday, July 20th, 2025, at 12 noon. From the New Generation Church of Eutaw, Alabama, Mrs. Joyce Gibson, Mistress of Ceremony. Acknowledgements. The family of the late Lorenzo Cherry Jr. would like to say thank you for all you have done to make our burden lighter. God has truly been good to us. Continue to pray for our family. Lorenzo Cherry Jr. was born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama to Lorenzo Cherry Sr. and Juanita Cherry. From the beginning, Lorenzo carried a quiet strength and a kind heart that will leave a lasting impact on all who knew him. He accepted Christ at an early age and remained a man of faith throughout his life. Lorenzo graduated from Greene County High School in May 2009. He was married to Sharez Dial, and they raised two children together, Diala and Asia. He was preceded in death by his grandparents, Maggie Lee Smith, Charlie R. Smith, Eloise A. Cherry, and Robert Cherry Jr. Lorenzo leads to cherish his memories his mother, Juanita Smith Cherry, a father, Lorenzo Cherry Sr., daughters, Diala Austin and Asia Cherry, a sister, Lanita Cherry, and brothers, Trey Jones of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Ladarian Cherry of Bolagie, Alabama. His aunts include Leola Smith, Patricia and Tony Coleman of Eutaw, Alabama, Brenda and Reverend Kenneth Robinson of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Linda Crawford of Eutaw, Alabama, and Helen and Rebecca Davis of Boston, Massachusetts. His uncles are Abner C. Smith, Robert Cherry of Eutaw, Alabama, Kenneth Smith of Charleston, South Carolina, Wyman and Ruby of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Richard Davis of Cleveland, Ohio, Jesse Davis of Boston, Massachusetts, Van Cherry of Bessemer, Alabama, Lloyd Cherry of Birmingham, and Troy Cherry of Pass Christian, Mississippi. He is also survived by a host of nieces, nephews, cousins, and friends who loved him dearly, especially his special cousin, Robert Jones of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. A Loving Farewell in loving memory of Keziah Rainey Jackson, sunrise August 4th, 1939, sunset July 9, 2025. Services were held at the Nazareth of Galilee Baptist Church at 2107 Poe Road, Demopolis, Alabama. Pastor Lynn Finch served as officiating minister. On August 4th, 1939, a beloved daughter was born to Doc Rainey Sr. and Lucy Bennison Rainey. They named her Keziah Rainey. She was affectionately called Sweet Child by her mother and lovingly called Moot by her father, siblings, and children. At an early age, Keziah professed her faith in Christ at Old Green Oak Baptist Church in Forkland, Alabama. Throughout her life, she carried a quiet strength and deep devotion to family and faith. Keziah was blessed with two sons, Isaac Williams and Stanley Williams, who brought her great joy and purpose. Later in life, she entered into holy matrimony with Reverend Roosevelt Jackson. Their beautiful union endured nearly 2 decades, marked by love and friendship, until his passing into eternal rest in 2021. Keziah was preceded in death by grandparents Robert and Carrie Bennison and Gates and Strahan Rayner. Parents, Doc Rainey Sr. and Lucy Bennison Rainey. She was preceded in death by 3 brothers, Pennick Rainey Jr., Eugene Rainey, and Doc Rainey Jr. She leaves a cherish in her memories 2 sons, Isaac and Pearl Williams of Galion, Alabama, Stanley and Sabrina Williams of Birmingham, Alabama, 4 grandchildren, Ryan Williams of Galion, Crystal Jarvis of Thomasville, Georgia, India Williams of Birmingham, and Ashanti M. Gracie of Lumberton, North Carolina. 2 stepsons, Johnny Jackson and Roosevelt Jackson Jr., 3 sisters, Carrie Rouser of Ohio, Irene Miles of Georgia, and Jeanette Rainey of Demopolis. She also leaves 9 great-grandchildren, close friends, Vernell Connor of Demopolis and Dorothy Jones of Galion, 3 wonderful caregivers, Margie Robinson, Queen Johnson, and Brenda Johnson. She also leaves a host of nieces, nephews, relatives, and friends. Special requests and dedications. In love and memory of Maggie Walker, who was 1 year ago, left us 1 year ago from her dear husband, Isaiah Walker, and her grandchildren. We knew little that morning that God was going to call your name. In life we loved you dearly, and in death we do the same. It broke our hearts to lose you. You did not go alone, for a part of us went with you the day God called you home. You left us in peaceful memories. Your love is still our guide, and though we cannot see you, you're always at our side. Time passes, memories stay, loved and remembered every day. Love and memory of Mr. Frank Armstead Sr., who passed away on July 18, 2012. Lovingly submitted by Ovetta Armstead, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the Armstead family. Reverend Mitchell R. Congress, happy 70th birthday, happy birthday. May God's grace be with you on your special day and always best wishes as you celebrate with family and friends. Current news and events. New Fellowship Baptist Church, 110 Washington Road, Boligee, Alabama, Tishaby Community. Dear Christian friends, you are cordially invited to worship with us in our revival service. This occasion will be held Wednesday through Friday, July 23rd through 25th at 7 p.m. nightly. Reverend Tyrone Cole, evangelist for the Knights, Aliceville, Alabama. Thank you in advance. Yours in Christ, Reverend Melvin Lard is the pastor. Pettit Street Airways Church of God, we're inviting you and your congregation to come join us in celebrating another church homecoming and revival to be held on today, July 20th at 2:30 p.m. from 1307 East Pettit Street, Demopolis, Alabama. Elder Tommy Cave of the Sunflower ALH Church of God, yours in Christ, Assistant Overseer Milton Jones is the pastor. You are cordially invited to share with the Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church of Lennon, Alabama, in honoring their pastor of 27 years, Reverend Alfred Hudson, and family on today at 11:30 a.m. during the morning worship service. Guest speaker will be Reverend LaWayman White, Associate Pastor of the Hopewell Baptist Church of Linden, Alabama. Annual revival services to be held at the First Baptist Church of 597 Chestnut Street, Thomaston, Alabama. Monday night, July 21st, will be Reverend Lorenzo McCants. Tuesday night, Reverend Joseph Harper. And Wednesday night will be Reverend James Bell, pastor of the Bethel Baptist Church of Farnsdale, Alabama. This will be at 7 p.m. nightly, and Reverend Dr. Timothy Thurman is the pastor. Please come join us as we celebrate our 118th church anniversary and homecoming to be held at the Mount Horror Baptist Church of Farnsdale, Alabama, Sunday, August 17, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m. Reverend Timothy Page is the pastor. Reverend Kenneth Mason, Jr., guest speaker, First United Baptist Church of Forkland, Alabama. Annual revival services to be held at the Mount Horror Baptist Church, Cannon Road 54, Farnsdale, Alabama, August 18th through 20th, Monday through Wednesday at 7 p.m. nightly. Reverend Timothy Page is a pastor. Reverend Kenneth Mason, Jr. will be the speaker for the week. Missionary Gospel Singers 19th Anniversary Celebration, Saturday, August 9th, 2025, Southside Church of God in Christ, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at 6:30 p.m. Elder Ben Jackson Jr. is the pastor. Climaxing Sunday, August 10, 2025, Mount Zor Missionary Baptist Church at 2:30 p.m. Bowler G Highway 11 South, County Road 138, Bowler G, Alabama. Reverend Elbert Colbert, guest minister. Welcome to revival services to be held at the Shiloh Baptist Church of Tishby, Alabama, July 28th through 30th at 6 p.m. nightly. The public is cordially invited. Reverend John W. Jones Sr. is the pastor. Reverend Richard Fountain, associate pastor and evangelist for the week. Friends and Family Day program to be held at the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church on August 10, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m. Pastor Diana Ford will bring the message for our occasion. Also, we will be hosting our annual 3-night revival beginning Monday, August 11th and climaxing August 13th. Revival will begin at 6:30 p.m. and the Reverend Joseph Harper, pastor of the Hopewell Baptist Church of Linden, Alabama, will be the speaker Monday and Wednesday night. The Reverend Timothy Page, pastor of Moscow Baptist Church of Jefferson, Alabama, and the Mount Horror Baptist Church of Farnsdale, Alabama, will be the speaker Tuesday night. Your presence and support will be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. Our Pastor Diana Ford and members of the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church of Galion. The Supreme 12 Links Association of Galion, Alabama will celebrate its 122nd annual barbecue dinner Friday, August 8th. At the 12 Link Dinner Grounds off Highway 43, the public is cordially invited to attend. Please join us for a fun-filled day of all excitement. The Friendship Baptist Church of Demopolis, Alabama invites you to attend our church anniversary and homecoming on Sunday, July 27th at 2 o'clock p.m. Reverend Fred Moore, along with his choir and congregation, will be our guest speaker and special guest. All area churches and their pastors are invited to attend. And once again, funeral services for Mrs. Annie M. Rouser of Galion, Alabama will be held on Saturday, July 26, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. from the St. Paul Baptist Church of Demopolis, Alabama, and visitation will be held Friday, July 25th, 2025 from 1 to 4:30 p.m. at the funeral home. Larkin & Scott Mortuary, LLC. Our location is 510 East Jefferson Street, Demopolis, Alabama, and we serve Marengo, Greene, Hale, Sumter, Perry, and all surrounding counties with dignified, courteous, professional, and affordable service. We know that not all families are financially prepared for the cost of a funeral, and we're willing to assist you in obtaining a service according to your personal desires. In your time of need, contact your Larkin & Scott Funeral Director serving families with a high level of compassion. At Larkin & Scott, it is our pledge to continue that kind of personal service that you have come to expect during your time of bereavement. We pride ourselves on helping families get through difficult times and guide them to a place of serenity and caring. In your time of need, we'll always believe that you will be blessed by calling Larkin & Scott Funeral Directors at 334-289-3236. Again, we are located at 510 East Jefferson Street, Demopolis, Alabama, where our presentation is a representation of our capabilities. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day. May the peace of God rest upon you. For the service you so well deserve, your announcer for this morning has been